Welcome to another part of the tutorial on building a level system for our game. Okay, let's get started with the tutorial. Create a new empty scene and save it in the Scenes folder, naming it Level Scene. After saving the new scene, go back to the game scene and copy all the objects from the hierarchy window, then paste them into the hierarchy window of the level scene. Now delete all the game scene objects that we do not need in this scene. Now let's start creating all the objects needed for the level scene. Stay with me, and let's design a simple level scene together. After creating the buttons and texts, let's move on to coding so that when one of these buttons is clicked, we move to the desired level in the game scene. And also, if we pass a level, the next level becomes unlocked. Okay, let's continue the tutorial. And also add the new scene to the build settings. Now let's create the code so that when the user enters all the words correctly, they are transferred to the level scene. Create an integer variable named AnswerCount. Go to the place where we check the answer and add 1 to AnswerCount. Create a new method named InLevel and call it inside the update function. This condition checks if answer count has reached or exceeded the total number of answers in the current level's answer array. And now this line of code says that if we reached it, we should move to the level scene. Save the code and return to Unity to test the game and see if entering all the words takes us to the level scene. Okay, just as you saw, after entering all 3 words, the game moved to the level scene. Create an empty object named Level Manager. And also create a new script named Level Manager for managing levels. Let's write the code so that when one of the buttons is clicked, it sends us to the corresponding level. This line loads the saved level index from Unity's player prefs and stores it in index levels. Now let's move on to completing the Level Manager code. Define the 2 code lines, using UI and using Scene Manager. This is a public array of Unity UI button components named buttons, used to manage multiple buttons together. This public method opens a specific level by saving the level ID and loading the game scene. This is commonly used in a level select menu where clicking a level button calls Open Level, level number. Save the code and return to Unity. Assign the Level Manager script to the Level Manager object, and in the Buttons section, drag and drop all the buttons we created so that all buttons are automatically added. Also, select each button, click the plus sign in the OnClick section, drag the Level Manager object into the empty field, give it the function we created in the Function section, and now specify which level we should transition to when clicking on each button. After entering all the level numbers, run the game, and as you can see, by clicking on each level, we enter that level number in the game scene. Now let's move on to locking levels, and only if the user has completed the previous level, the new level will be unlocked. This line reads a saved integer value from player prefs with a default fallback. This pattern is commonly used for level-based save data, where each level has its own key. This line enables the first button in the buttons array so the player can click it. This code unlocks level buttons based on save progress by looping through all buttons and checking player data, commonly used in level select menus. Unlocked levels have clickable buttons, while locked levels remain disabled. Now go back to the Game Manager code and remove the Scene Manager code in the in-level method. And now I write this code. Checks if this level has already been completed by reading the key. marks this level as completed by saving true to that key, only if not already done. Unlocks the next level so it becomes clickable. And finally, the level scene is loaded. Save the code and return to Unity. Now select all the buttons, disable their interactable property, and run the game. 3 levels are unlocked for us because you only passed 3 levels. To be able to play from the beginning, it's enough to go back to the level manager code and add one line of code that deletes all the data saved in the game. Now run the game once. Exit the play mode, go back to the code, comment out the line of code we added so it doesn't run anymore, save it, return to Unity, and run the game. And as you can see, only one level is unlocked for us, and now we can play from the beginning. After completing level 1, level 2 was unlocked for us. It looks like we have a bug level 3 should have been unlocked for us now, but it didn't. It looks like it was just one typo from me. I'll save the code and run the game again. Now our game should run without any problems. Okay, everything is working correctly. Now we've reached the end of this part of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this part as well. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.